You know, we'd been hearing on the news that it's a good possibility that we could have some weather coming.
The weather reports kept saying that we were going to start having rain and possibly snow coming in.
Majority of the day was pretty quiet. I was kind of hoping the storm wasn't going to cause any major issues, and then
around 2 in the afternoon, I had a coworker call me from Lisbon and asked me if we were getting any rain. And I said, no, just some light snow for now. And he told me to get ready.
I think it was about 3 o'clock. We slowly started getting alarms coming in through our SCADA system.
Just had a pole broken just north of our shop. Line was still on at that time. The roads were 35 miles an hour just getting to the shop.
I came in early in the evening on Christmas Day just to see what was going on in the control center. Visited with a couple of the linemen. They were seeing mainly line breaks and some broken poles.
My phone started ringing, a couple more outages coming in, sporadic outages. Then you could hear the radio going off, constant chatter.
The alarms came cascading in.
10 o'clock that night, I knew we were in for a ride.
The lights went out at around 10:30, 11, and I knew they weren't coming back on anytime soon.
I left that evening. The next morning when I came back, I could tell we were having some problems.
On the 26th, we realized that it's kind of swept through mostly Cass County Electric.
Yeah, we got about 20, 40, 60 poles down.
That we lost 100 poles.
Later in the day, it's looking like about 300,
400, 500.
700 poles, and 2 days later, 900 poles.
What was daunting is that it continued to evolve over the course of 3 or 4 days.
A lot of times you have storms, you know, you'll have the storm, it's a one day, and then you start rebuilding things. It seemed like for the next 4 days, we just kept continually having either freezing rain or other issues.
Last time we had a storm damage from a storm this significant was in 1997.
There was just so much down. Working with our scouts and trying to coordinate everything together became very difficult.
I remember driving by a line, there's supposed to be a pole there, and I was going to drive it out to see how many were missing, and I drove by 5 miles of no poles. I made a call, and I was hoping to get some more help.
Without the help from 15 other cooperatives across North Dakota, Minnesota, and South Dakota, we wouldn't have been able to do what we did in such a short period of time.
I've been on mutual aid to help other areas, but having in your own area was a lot different.
We had 103 linemen from 15 different co-ops. That's a lot of people to come in to a relatively small area to work.
I didn't see anyone from Cass County really until about the last couple days. I was just dealing with the mutual aid groups.
All the linemen, they just know how to come together on storm and work storm events like this.
From day one when they get together, and then you come back and see them in 2 or 3 days, and it's like a machine. I mean,
Normally, if we had a customer come in and want to build 3-phase for a mile, that isn't something you do in a day. It takes time, and these guys were putting that back up in a day. I mean, I'm in awe as much as our membership is when you see what these guys can do.
You can't say enough about the cooperation among the cooperatives.
Something that we'll remember 20 years from now is just how everybody came together.
Everything from getting the material ordered, getting the food ordered, getting the hotels lined up for the linemen, all the behind-the-scenes work.
It was long hours and a lot of sacrifice from not only the linemen, but people in the office as well.
I just appreciate the help that we had and all the employees for doing a good job. And
Everybody was doing their job, doing it the best they could with the tools they were giving and the circumstances that were happening at the time.
That's just our culture, that everybody wants to help and everybody wants to pitch in.
we can't say enough about our members. I don't think they've all been there to support us 100%.
You could see people are frustrated. They have things to worry about at home, and most people were very thankful we were just out there working.
I think our members understand that some things are out of our control.
We actually had members helping us out. They brought out tractors to help us pull equipment around.
There was people in the community that were bringing us food and snacks, which they didn't need to be doing that at all, but it just shows their appreciation, and that helps motivate you.
The members themselves were very supportive of the linemen and the crews working.
They did their job well, and I'm just proud of the team that we had.
All our employees, but our linemen especially, are very passionate about what they do. You know, they want to get things back. They want to get everybody energized.
The accomplishment of what you can see at the end of the day and getting people's lights on is still that's why I would say all the guys are signed up for it.
Thank you to all of our employees and all the mutual aid crews for leaving their families during Christmas Everybody pitched in, we had all hands on deck, and so a huge thank you to our employees for the effort put forth to get everybody back on.